Well, welcome back. Joining us this midday, you might have heard me mention her a time or two already, but this is Janine Washle, and she is the flavor queen, and she is making some pumpkin cranberry blondies. Thank you so much for being here once again.
Thank you for inviting me down.
Absolutely.
So these are on the Thanksgiving menu, and blondies, especially these pumpkin cranberry blondies, are so moist, so you can make them and they will still be good a few days later. You know, just store them in the refrigerator. They're customizable. If you don't like pumpkin, you could use apple butter or applesauce, and if you don't like cranberries, if you use the applesauce, just use diced dried apples.
Oh, that's wonderful to know.
Oh, yeah. And then switch out your chips to a cinnamon or a butterscotch chip.
Oh,
you could use butternut squash, you know, cooked butternut squash that's pureed, which makes a beautiful butternut blondie. So there are so many ways to incorporate fall flavors into this basic recipe. And that's why I wanted and that's why I wanted to show this to you early in the season so that this could be a core recipe for, you know, our viewers, and they can use this and customize it throughout the holiday season.
Okay, and then for Christmas, change it up a little bit. Oh, that's great. I love this kind of recipe.
Yes, it's so good. So at Christmas, I would maybe use the peppermint chips and just do something yummy like that.
Okay.
So it's not even like a cake batter. It's even easier than a cake batter because you mix your wet ingredients and then you whisk together your dry ingredients, dump the wet ingredients in here, and just mix until the dry ingredients are moistened.
Okay.
That's it. So it's not even one of those, you know, beat with a mixer for 2 or 3 minutes until the batter falls like a ribbon. This is just about getting it done so you can enjoy it in a very short time. So I do have cranberries here. If you don't like cranberries, you could use dried cherries. And then I'm just using white chocolate chips because that way the flavor of the pumpkin comes right through once it bakes up. But again, it's such a customizable recipe, and when I do it like this, I'm just folding those chips in. You go from the side and then come up through the middle, and that folds those delicious ingredients in. And then you just take a 13 by 9 pan.
Okay.
And in this case, I had a cookie sheet, so I lined it with foil. And the reason I like to line it with foil and then spray it down with a baking spray is because set that aside right there, is because you can lift it out so easily and then put it on a cutting board and cut it very precisely. So, and it's less mess for you to have to scrub, you know, the batter that might stick to a baking pan. So easy cleanup. I'm all about easy.
Yes, me too.
So this is all we do, and I've got the oven preheated to 350 degrees, and I'm going to pop it in the oven, and then in just a little bit, we'll pull out the finished product and we'll ice it with some chocolate ganache, some white chocolate ganache.
And we'll talk about the ganache here in just a little bit.
Yes.
So do you want to pop that in the oven right now?
I sure will.
So tell me, now Thanksgiving is coming up, and this is perfect for Thanksgiving.
Oh, yes.
And you are going to be making Thanksgiving dinners for people to purchase. And who wouldn't want the Flavor Queen to make your Thanksgiving dinner?
Well, it's a full Thanksgiving dinner to go, and it's available for just a single person or all the guests, you know, family and all the guests that may be coming to your house. So it's customizable that way. A lot of times, you know, we have to spend Thanksgiving not necessarily alone, but it may be just 2 or 3 people. And so if you can buy single portions, that's so much better than, you know, the overwhelming task of cooking a whole turkey or even a turkey breast. Because turkey breasts are 5 pounds of meat, you know, when you get done. So
and there's so much left over, and you hate to throw away.
Exactly. You know? So this is economical, and it truly is a feast because you're getting turkey breast. You're getting 3 sides, so you can choose, you know, cornbread stuffing, mashed potatoes and gravy, cranberry relish, and then you get dinner rolls as well, and then you get your choice of dessert. The cranberry pumpkin blondies are one of the dessert choices. Jam cake, I make a mean blackberry jam cake, so that's also a choice. Every pie that you can think of, apple, pumpkin, lemon meringue, I mean, you name it, it's on there.
Wow.
So you get dessert as well. And all of that for $20.99 per person.
Per person.
So it truly is, you know, a great value.
Okay, and we'll talk more about how we're going to get that, how you're going to meet people to pick up their Thanksgiving meal when we come back. So, yeah, more entertainment news on the way. Stay with us. Now we get to try the pumpkin cranberry blondies from the Flavor Queen, Janine Washle herself. And this looks like an easy recipe, but it smells wonderful.
Oh, I assure you, it's an easy recipe. And now it's just a matter of plating it up. And I wanted to just talk about the frosting.
Okay.
The frosting is a ganache. So that's different from, let's say, a buttercream or something like that.
Okay.
Only 2 ingredients. You can use dark chocolate chips, milk chocolate chips. In this case, I used white chocolate chips. I mean, just really any chip that's your favorite. And so the basic recipe is 1 cup of chips and a 1/2 cup of heavy cream. And you just melt that together in the microwave, so that's about a minute. Stir it together, and this is what you get. I mean, it's so delicious. And you can, yes.
Yeah.
And you can vary this. So if you wanted a ganache that you would want to pour on a plate, let's say, a little pool of sauce or whatever, it would be equal parts. So it'd be 1 cup of heavy cream, 1 cup of chips. So it's so customizable like that. I just love it.
Yeah, you could eat that by itself.
Oh, and it has been done.
Yes.
Perhaps by me. I'm not going to completely tell my secrets. But so you can plate it, and if you say, well, gosh, Janine, that sure is plain, here's a neat little trick. So you take your square, whether it's a blondie like this or a brownie, cut it diagonally like this, and then take one and just kind of lean it like that.
How perfect
and
that
then
is.
you can, as you can see all the delicious cranberries and white chocolate that's inside of there. And then some people are about the frosting, some people aren't about the frosting. So if you leave it at the
Put
side.
a lot on mine.
But I'm just going to just put this one down here because I touched it. So, we'll just be.
I'm sure your hands are clean.
They are, I assure you. So I like my brownies and blondies out of the middle, so I don't want those edges on mine. And then, so some people like the crunchy edges. So are you a middle or are you an edge person?
I'm a middle.
I'm a middle person.
Oh,
How
we
about
got
you?
middles.
I'm a middle person as well.
But I'll take whatever because it all looks so wonderful.
Yeah.
So you always have to be careful of the aluminum foil. So
You don't want to get that on a filling.
No. Oh my goodness, no.
Here for you.
So thank you very much. And then I'm going to put a dollop of that on there. And again, this recipe is so customizable. If you are not a pumpkin person, and see that just makes such a beautiful little dollop on there.
Yes, it does.
And you can still see the blondie. So you know what you have. It's kind of like a little tease right there. And then
Yes.
forks for everybody.
Now, while everyone, we have about 30
Thank you.
seconds left, and
So
while
there
they are trying this, and I will be eating this very soon. Let's go back to your Thanksgiving dinner real quick.
Sure.
What's a number people can for people to call to order?
Okay, 270-242-9904. That's at the cafe. Ask for me, or if I'm not here, you can ask for Tara or Tony, and they would be happy to take your order.
All right.
And it's that simple. You'll leave your name, your address, that sort of thing. And yeah.
We'll have all this on our website.